Imagine investing $100,000 for a mentor and he never checks in with you. He doesn't send you congratulations when it's your birthday, and whenever you have a big launch, you don't hear from him or from her. Well, that mentor, that is me. So what I've learned over the years as a mentor, as a coach for one-on-one but also groups, is that one of the worst things you can do, and this is very counterintuitive, very, very, very counterintuitive, is to over-deliver on your promise. So let's say, and this is especially for you if you're intuitive, this is for you if you love to share, if you love to give, if you have a abundant mindset, abundant heart. If you're like this, you have to be very, very, very careful. Because what oftentimes happens is, for example, let's say you have a group program and they invest, let's say $10,000. And it's for a year program, and you get like 20 new clients who join this program. And you promise them 10 things. So maybe a monthly call, 4 one-on-ones, 3 events, and 2 reviews or whatever it is, 10 things. And during this process, because you're intuitive and you know what's good and you know what's right, you figure out that those reviews, they're not really worth anything. It doesn't really move the needle. It's not really that valuable. So you decide during the process that you're gonna give a lot of other stuff. Instead of making a Loom video, which is a review, you just hop on a call with them and you just brainstorm with them on how to create an amazing offer. And then you tell them like, oh, you can send me just WhatsApp messages, and then you start sharing voice notes. And then whenever you have a download for your clients, you just give them more value. And then, whenever they do an event, you just brainstorm with them about their event. Like, so you promise 10 things, but you deliver 100 things. You are the master of over-delivering. However, you didn't deliver on 2 things because you felt like, it's not really that valuable for this group. And I just learned during the process. And let's say you add an extra bonus, and this extra bonus is a 3-day event, all inclusive. You go to Greece, you go to an island, you rent out a mansion, you pay for their flight tickets, everything. So yeah, you're over delivering like crazy. You give so much that they didn't expect, and you give all of that stuff. And you might be thinking like, man, they must be so happy and they must be so grateful. However, what you're gonna hear afterwards is, you didn't really fulfill on your promise. You did promise us those 2 reviews, but you didn't give them. And also, you booked that trip to Greece, and I couldn't make it because it was my daughter's birthday. So everybody got that value, and I didn't get that value. Or you booked that trip to Greece and you paid for the plane tickets, and I usually fly business class, and you booked economy class, and now my back hurts, or whatever it is. What I see with a lot of coaches is whenever they offer something, because they're intuitive, they're over-delivering, and then it bites them back in the ass. So what I do with my clients is I try to deliver, and this is based on experience because I am by nature an over-deliverer. I love to gift gifts. Like literally, we're here now in the US. We just did a road trip. Right now we're like 12 people deep, I think, 12? 12, yeah. And a lot of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is because I love to give gifts. And I'm very aware what it does with dynamics whenever you gift a lot or whenever you over-deliver. So going back to what I do, for example, with my 100K clients is, and this is very tactical, what I do is, for example, it's 100K to work with me and we have a monthly Zoom call, And with the Zoom call, it's audio only. And outside of the Zoom call, you can send me messages on WhatsApp. So you can send me voice notes or you can send me messages. And I am very deliberate about not reaching out to my private clients. I'm not texting them like, hey, what's up, how you doing? Or hey, congratulations on your birthday, or congratulations on your daughter's birthday, or whatever. And here's why. If it's a year program and we're 2 months in and I reach out like, hey, what's up, just curious how you doing? People are happy, like, oh, this is really cool. Eelco, he reaches out. And then 2 months after, I send another message like, hey, what's up, man, how you doing? And they were like, oh, this is really cool. Eelco is reaching out again. And then for whatever reason, I don't do it. I don't reach out because for whatever reason, I don't feel inspired to reach out. And I'm not the type of guy that, oh, come on. I'm not the type of guy that is very consistent with reaching out. Then all of a sudden, you created this expectation that I'm reaching out every other month. And if you don't do it, then all of a sudden, I might not care that much anymore. At least that can be their belief. So what I would advise coaches to do and mentors to do is to be very clear on what you're delivering and deliver exactly that. But what you're delivering has to be top notch. So I know, for me, if I have a conversation, a one-on-one conversation, usually it's like 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours, sometimes even 3 hours. What I do during a conversation is I take all the time. I schedule nothing afterwards. So what you get is my full presence, 100% of my presence. Like the delivery on the thing that I'm promising, it's top notch, it's next level, it's the best out there. That's what I truly believe. And that's what I hear back. And by not following up, by not checking in, by not sending happy birthday, and it's small things. I'm very aware that these are the small things. By not doing those things, I don't create an extra expectation. And also, I cannot be criticized by the thing that I'm over-delivering. I mean, it's a little bit of a crazy example of the booking tickets to Greece and all that stuff, but I know I can be like that. I can promise 10 things, and then delete 2 things because they don't really make sense, they're not really that valuable. And I would add like 90 other things. And I've done this a lot in the past. And I learned that if you do that, you'll get in trouble. And it's very hard because then you have to keep on over-delivering. And oftentimes whenever we over-deliver, not always, but oftentimes, it's because we feel like something is missing in ourselves. And we feel like if we give more, then it'll even that out. But if you know that you are enough, you're amazing, your presence is awesome, and you deliver the value that you promised that you would deliver, there's no need to, quote unquote, over-deliver. So there's 2 ways to go about this. One is keep to your promise and don't over-deliver, so you don't set any extra expectations. But for the over-deliverers, it's such a difficult word. For the over-deliverers of us, under us, there's another thing you can do, another way to go about it. And that is the following. If you do decide to over-deliver, you have to be very aware that it can bite you in the ass. And you have to be okay with that. So what oftentimes happens whenever it bites us in the ass, we can get disappointed. We can be like, oh man, I gave so much and it's never enough. I feel like they stabbed me in the back or whatever, all those heavy emotions. If you are the type of person that wants to over-deliver, do it. Do it, but be very aware that it might turn out wrong. And if that happens, just accept it fully. Know that that's the way I play this game. So if you are that mentor that charges a lot of money and you do feel like reaching out, you do feel like sending birthday roses or whatever, do it. But if then later on it turns out different, be okay with that. So that's how I look at over delivering, and that's my experience. I've had so much experience with this, and also I know a lot of people who are like that, and they have been hurt a lot and quite often, and they don't understand. But it's actually very normal that people will turn on you almost whenever you're over delivering. It's a crazy thing, but it's a very interesting thing. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Danny, who's recording this, he's over delivering right now. His arm is almost falling off, which I appreciate. But now, because he over delivered on this, next time we'll go for an hour or so. So maybe tomorrow. So and if he doesn't go for an hour, I would be very, very, very disappointed. Anyway, I hope this video is valuable for you. I created another really cool video that you might appreciate. Click here, and don't forget to leave a comment or to subscribe. Such beautiful people over here. See ya.